Hello everyone, welcome to Siddhi Academics. I'm Amrita. I firmly believe that you should keep trying until we get it right. So let's start our trial for today. Let's complete the exercise 1B with solving question number 8 and 9 from it, from chapter 1, Integers, from R.S. Aggarwal for grade 7. But if you want to watch and learn along with me, please like, share and subscribe to my channel Siddhi Academics. So let's start. Question number 8 says in a class test containing 10 questions, 5 marks are awarded for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are awarded for every incorrect answer and 0 for each question not attempted. So here negative marking is there for every incorrect answer and the mark is minus 2. 5 marks for every correct answer, and obviously there will be no marks for any question that is not done. So here one says Ravi gets 4 correct and 6 incorrect answers. What is his score? All right, so let's check out how much Ravi will score. So Ravi's score depends on how many correct and incorrect answer he has given. So 4 correct means 4 will get multiplied with 5 because each correct answer carries 5 marks. Then we need to add it with 6 incorrect answers. 6 for those 6 incorrect answers he will get negative marking, so that 6 will get multiplied with minus 2, is minus 2 is the incorrect, I mean for each incorrect answer that much marks will be cut down, right? So this much we need to calculate now. 4 into 5 is 20 and 6 into minus 2. So two integers with different signs, plus 6 and minus 2. So answer will definitely be negative. So I put a minus sign first, and 6 into 12 is 12. Okay. Either write like this, or I can do one more thing. This summation that I am doing, this plus, I will keep it here. And since it's negative integer minus 12, so I will write it inside bracket. That also I can do. First thing what I did was like this, minus 12. That is also correct. I just directly went with the final step, but instead I can also do like this, plus this plus here I brought it here, and then I'll write minus 12 inside brackets. Now when you open the brackets, what it will become? Plus outside the bracket minus inside the bracket. So it will become minus 12, right? Same signs, plus sign, different signs means minus. So 20 minus 12 will be 8. So 8 marks in all is Ravi's score. Now let's solve and check out Renu's score. Renu gets 5 correct and 5 incorrect answers. What is her score? So Renu's score will be equal to 5 into 5. For each correct answer he is scoring 5 marks, and for each incorrect answer she will be scoring minus 2 marks. So 5 into 5 is 25, plus again different sign integers, plus 5 and minus 2, so it will be minus, negative integer will be the product, minus 5 into 2 is 10, so minus 10. So now I will remove this brackets, plus outside minus inside means it will be minus when we remove the bracket, because different signs means negative. So it's minus 10. 25 minus 10 is 15. 15 marks is what she scored in all. Alright, now let's move to Hina. Hina gets 2 correct and 5 incorrect answers. What is her score? Alright, let's calculate Hina's score. Hina's score is 2 correct, so 2 into, I'll just erase this, 2 into 5 plus 5 incorrect, so 5 into minus 2 within brackets. So 2 5s are 10 and plus minus 10 within bracket. So different signs inside and outside bracket. So if different signs means minus in the end, if you remove the bracket, it will come minus here, minus 10. So it will 0 marks. He has scored 0 marks and all. Okay. So this question is actually checking out our knowledge of negative integers, real life application, how we apply negative integers in real life. This is one such question exploring this this kind of pattern for us, so that we also get to know how much concept of integers is clear with us. All right, let's start with question number 9. Question number 9 says, which of the following statements are true and which are false? First question, bit 1 says, the product of a positive and a negative integer is negative. All right. So yes, that's true. If you multiply a positive integer plus anything and a negative integer, which may be like this, then the product will always be plus and minus. If different signs come together, then it will be always p. If you write like this also, ulta, we know multiplication is commutative, so I write the negative integer first and the positive integer later also. Answer is going, the product is going to be negative. Okay, so this is bit 1 is true. So I'll write here true, T for true. Then bit 2 says the product of two negative integers is a negative integer. Now this is, let's check. Suppose I take two negative integers. Let this integer be minus 2 multiplied with minus 3. Then two even number of integers are there. We have discussed this. If you have not gone through, then I am going to attach in this particular video, the video in which we had discussed about multiplication of integers in detail. I'll attach that link of that video. You can go through that. So when there are even number of integers, then what happens? The product is always positive, because minus and minus same sign. So either minus and minus, two negative integers, or plus and plus, two positive integers, when multiplied, the product that we get is always positive in nature. All right, it's positive. So where it is not saying here positive, it is saying the product will be negative. So this bit 2 answer will be false, F for false. Now 3, the product of three negative integers is a negative integer. That's true. Why? Because when you take three negative integers, okay, I'll write here 6, because minus 2 into minus 3 is 6, which is a positive integer. All right. Now, if I take three negative integers, they are going to be like this: minus 2, minus 3, and let's say minus 1. See, we don't need to look at the absolute value. Absolute value will remain the same whether I take positive integer or negative integer. Only thing is that sign changes when we take a negative integer, or we change the sign. When we say, basically change the sign in one of the factors here. So minus and minus, when they come together, they will form plus. Product, it will be 6. We just saw here it's 6. When 6 comes is getting multiplied with minus 1, then answer will become two different signs. So answer will become negative. So whenever you see odd number of factors which are negative are getting multiplied, that time you, without any delay, understand that the product that we are going to get will be negative. And when even number of factors, negative factors, are getting multiplied, then answer is always positive. So this is true, T for true. The product of three negative integers is a negative integer for bit 3. Now let's move to bit 4. Every integer when multiplied with minus 1 gives its multiplicative inverse. Now multiplicative inverse, what was the theory that we learned? That for every non-zero a, for every non-zero integer, non-zero, why not 0? We will see that also. For every non-zero integer a, there exists another number which is 1 by a, such that when we multiply a into 1 by a, the product of these will give us 1. So what is this in 1 by a? 1 by a, we call it as multiplicative inverse of the non-zero integer a. All right. So what it is saying, that every integer when multiplied with -1 gives its multiplicative inverse. No, reciprocal of integer. Let's say it's a is equal to uh, 7. Then what will be the multiplicative inverse of 7? That will be 1 by 7. Similarly, what will be the multiplicative inverse of when a is equal to -7? It will be -1 by 7, right? So sign change does not guarantee that it will be its multiplicative inverse, but reciprocal does guarantee. So this is not correct. This is false here. I'll write F for false for 8 bit 4. Now let's move to the other questions that are 8, not 8, but question number 9 bit 4. So let's move to solve other questions from number 9. Question number 9. So 5 says multiplication on integers is commutative. Yeah, that's true. A into B, I'll write here. A into B is equal to B into A, where A and B are integers that we know. Whether you multiply 3 into 4 or you do 4 into 3, one and the same thing, answer will always be 12, right? So this is true. Now multiplication on integers is associative. That is also true. Order, if we change order of the brackets, putting the brackets we change, it doesn't change the answer. A into B into C. If you put A into B into parenthesis, means you solve this first, you multiply these two first, and then you multiply with C, or you change the order of multiplication. You first multiply B into C by putting them inside parenthesis. You multiply B and C first and then multiply with A. Product is going to remain the same. So this multiplication on integers is associative. This question number 6 is true. T for true. Now 7. Every non-zero integer has a multiplicative inverse as an integer. That is again not true. Why? Because we just discussed in our previous thing, for every non-zero integer a, the multiplicative inverse will be 1 by a. So for a is equal to 6, 1 by a is 1 by 6. 1 by 6 it is a fraction. Any fractions or decimals are not considered as integers. So yes, 1 by 6 is the multiplicative inverse of this non-zero integer a, but it is not an integer. 1 by 6 is not an integer. Okay, so not necessary. So this is false. And one more thing that I forgot to add is, last time I told you when I was explaining bit 4 that why it should be non-zero integer a should be non-zero, because if a is 0, then the reciprocal of 0 will be undefined, right? So that is why we are always saying, for here also it's saying non-zero integer. Every non-zero integer has a multiplicative inverse and integer, as an integer, which is not true. It's false. It is a fraction or decimal, but not an integer. Okay. I hope I'm clear with all the questions that we have solved till now. If you want me to attempt some other questions that I have not done in this video, then please let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely make another video for that. Thank you.